Good morning, everyone. This is Carla Froese recording from Bedford, Pennsylvania on Wednesday, September 18th, 2019. And I want to talk a little bit about the recent updates with the Lions and their roster moves, cutting C.J. Anderson. We're going to get into that right after this. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell notification. Okay, this is Carla Froese again, recording from Bedford, Pennsylvania. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the C.J. Anderson thing and why I'm so excited about it. Sad to see C.J. Anderson go, but before I get into that, I want to mention the fact I did a live stream earlier this morning a little bit talking about the possibility of Jalen Ramsey coming to the Lions. But at the price of a first-round draft pick. But I go more into that on the live stream. So please, if you like these videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. And also check my podcast. Be sure to look on that channel, hit the subscribe button and bell notification for my podcast too, because I do Lion podcast. Anyway. Now that I got that out of the way, what I wanted to say is when I was watching the Gridiron Blitz live stream last night, a couple of people talking in there were wondering when the last time the Lions had Pro Bowl caliber defensive backs. And they really haven't. I mean, we've had Dre Bly for a while there. Now we have Darius Slay, but we don't have anybody to help him up. I loved it when we had Bly. Bly was great, but he didn't have anybody. But I do remember 1971, give or take a couple of years before, a couple of years later, something like that. Lem Barney and Dick LeBeau. That was a combo. Even Fran Tarkenton was throwing picks when they were in the backfield, and that's saying quite a bit. Yes, they got burnt quite a bit by Tarkenton and quite a few other quarterbacks, but they had a pretty good defense. 1971 was the year where the Lions were one game away from the Super Bowl, one of the early Super Bowls. They lost to the Dallas Cowboys 5-0. That should tell you something about the Lions defense back then. You couldn't pass against them, you couldn't run against them, and so that started my how I feel about the Dallas Cowboys to this day. But anyway, in that area, Lem Barney and Dick LeBeau. In fact, I have Dick LeBeau's autographed on my autographed football that you see on some of my thumbnails. But that I just wanted to get that out, that they did have backs, two Pro Bowl who are now both Hall of Famers at the same time. But that's going back to then. But ever since the early 70s, no, the Lions have not. But anyway, that's all about on my live stream. Let's get on with the C.J. Anderson thing. Now we finally have, as sad as it is to see C.J. Anderson go, I have no ill will towards the guy, and I really hope he finds a good team, just not in the NFC North. Actually, I don't see the Vikings or Bears getting him. Packers maybe, but I don't even see them picking him up. But he will find a team, and he'll find a team that's more suited for it. I think it was a joint decision, both by I think CJ knew that the Lions scheme was not for him. I think he kind of wanted out, and the Lions also felt that he wasn't really fitting in, because first of all, he wasn't the back that you could throw out of the backfield to. once he came in, then the defense just lined up and stuffed the play every time. So it was getting to be pretty predictable every time he came in. So, and this is what the Lions are trying to avoid. This is a good thing. I'm going to be doing a video about contrasting Coach Patricia and Coach Caldwell. That's in the works. But see, and this is what I like about Patricia. They came to a decision. They made it. They made a fast decision. The only thing that baffles me is Agnew's still on the team. I thought I wanted him done and gone off the team as of Monday, but he's still on the team. But whatever. That's for another video. We'll get into that later. Hopefully we don't have to. Anyway, but now Driscoll, they did pick up this former Perkins or something like that from the Giants, and that might help. Now, in the comments, I know they also picked up, they got rid of Josh Johnson, which kind of baffles me, but they picked up Driscoll. I remember him, I believe he was on the Florida Gators, and he was pretty good, but then he dropped off. He was on the Cincinnati Bengals, and I think he was on some other teams for a while, and he just hasn't done anything in the NFL. But when he was on the Florida Gators, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Driscoll was on the Florida Gators, and he did pretty good. I really haven't looked too much about him, but anyway, it looks like he's going to be the backup. I'm not sure if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I'll have to look further into it, but if you have input, please leave it in the comments and let me know. But I think for the most part, this is going to be a good thing, because what I was saying is I wanted to see Johnson and Johnson in the backfield. I mean, because now the defenses, not only are they going to have to, because see, the Chargers shut down T.J. Hawkinson. Now they're going to have to worry about both Johnsons. So they do that, then Hawkinson's going to be out there. Then so no matter what they do, see, and this is going to open up some other things too. They could possibly be able to what I'm getting at is they could actually air the ball out a little bit more, probably to the delight of Matthew Stafford, because we know he likes to do that, and the Lions should do that. They should be going more to Galladay. They should be going more to Marvin Jones. But the thing is, we also need to have a setup where they're able to get one of their backs, at least one of their backs should be consistently getting 65 to 70 yards per game, every game. And then throw in a 100-yard game here every now and then. And Kerryon Johnson would be the guy to do that. So he gets his 100-yard game, and then you sprinkle in with Ty Johnson getting maybe 60 or 70. So you have that. You're going to have almost 200 yards on the ground, which is what I've been saying. The Lions need to average cumulatively. I'm having a hard time talking today. Sorry about that. But you get what I'm saying is Stafford can't throw 40, 50 times a game. They need to get a cumulative of 200 yards on the ground, with Kerryon Johnson more than likely being the back that has 100 plus, and then Ty Johnson getting the bulk, and then Agnew just give him his train ticket and send him out of town. Anyway, I just wanted to get that out. This was I came home when I get off the internet and all my stuff, my editing stuff. First thing I do is I turn on the Detroit news, and first thing I heard was C.J. Anderson. So naturally, I went to see what was going on here on YouTube. So anyway, I just wanted to get this out since it was kind of breaking news. I'm kind of late in the game on this one, but I just wanted to get this out, and I'm kind of happy that they did this, and I'm excited. Oh, I'm also excited. One last thing with the Eagles coming up, but I'll do a preview on that. If Gerard Davis is back for the Eagles, this is going to be awesome. This will be awesome with him and Jelani Tavai. He needs player of the rookie of the week or whatever. Everything King can't mention about it. So I don't know where the voting is for that, But yeah, we need to get Jelani Tavai. He needs to be Rookie of the Week. Hopefully the votes will get in there for him. But with Gerard Davis back and Jelani Tavai in there, that should shut down Ertz. And then if we rattle Carson Wentz, just get him. Do not give him time. If we give him time, he's going to torch the Lions all day long. So we don't want that. Anyway, that's for another video. Just wanted to get the C.J. Anderson thing out. Again, if you like these videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Also, go to my homepage. You'll see my Carl's Corner podcast. Be sure to subscribe to that channel too. And same thing, hit the bell notification and keep up to date on all my podcasts. I will be doing daily podcasts, as I keep saying over and over again, but I'm working on technical problems that I keep running into. But anyway, that's it. Just wanted to get this out. It went on longer than I wanted to, but anyway, we will talk to you next time, and see you then.